Hey there, this is No Longer Misunderstood podcast with your host Naomi, ready with episode 4. Like we always begin, the English dictionary definition of melancholy is great sadness or depression, especially of thoughtful nature. The definition itself is pretty sad, so let us find why. Melancholies are the richest of all temperaments. This is because they are analytical, self-sacrificing, and gifted with a very sensitive emotional nature. No one really gets more enjoyment on fine art like the melancholy. They are introverts, but because their feelings predominate, they are given to a variety of moods. They are the ones with the mood swings because sometimes they will be so happy and become loud, you will think they are the sanguines, the extroverts. But then, when sadness comes, they become so sad and bitter. They become so depressed and dramatic, you would think that they own all the problems of the world. Remember when I said they are self-sacrificing? This is a good trait, but a bad one at the same time, because they would do anything. They will do anything for the people they care about, even when the sacrifice damages them. They are the best friend anyone can ever have. I can't stress this enough, the bestest. There's no such word, but the bestest. But then, they really don't make friends easily. They wait for friends to make them. I think this is why they are such faithful friends, because they know it's tough for them to make others. This is just sad. Mostly anything about these guys is just sad. When it comes to duty, something they are supposed to do, they are the most dependable, because the sanguine will say, yeah, I will do it, but then forgets. The choleric will try to show you how they think it should be done instead of doing how you want it to be done. The phlegmatic will procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate until you just decide to do it yourself. But the melancholies, the moment you said the word favor, they heard you and they have a plan and it will be done by tomorrow. Very dependable, guys, very dependable. Never lets you down. The way they act into their plans and duties, people tend to think they are intimidating and hate being around people. But they don't. They just have a hard time around new people. Deep down, they crave to be loved and show love to others. Through the disappointment they have throughout life, it makes them to tend to have trust issues. Because first of all, they know when they do something for you, this is something they have learned. They learn eventually. If they do something for you, they now know that you cannot do the same thing for them. But in younger melancholies, I would say that they always have too much expectation to people, because they know that if I do something for someone, they're supposed to do the same thing for me. They think it is common knowledge to do the same thing for the other person, but people think differently. So that is what I might say are the disappointments for them, because they can do something for you, but then you cannot do the same thing for them. In a way, the expectations are not met. And another thing is that they're so dependable, people tend to take advantage, making them act suspicious when people show love to them, thinking that maybe they need something in return, because they always know there's always a returning. They usually are too careful with life, even in projects. They will analyze it until they're sure, which they never are. When you compare them with cholerics, who are so focused on the project, they don't anticipate any shortcomings. So when the melancholies get inspired, They would make artistic and beautiful art or poems or music or anything, something beautiful and artistic. But then they drown into a mud of gloominess and depression. Like it's just sticky and they can't get out for a while. We say that mood swings is his greatest weakness. Hey guys, if you like this content so far, please like, share and subscribe, and also follow my Instagram accounts that I'll put at the end of the video. My accounts are in the description. So back to the topic of the day. This temperament is like the heart of the world. They like to find purpose in their lives through self-sacrifice. Yeah, they do this a lot, by the way. They would give up their biggest dream for someone else's dream. Like, I'll give you an instance. They might not like going to the mall because they're introverts, but because they're friends with an extrovert or someone, they will just go because they want to be supportive of their friend. They want to do that. They want to be there for the other person, but they don't really like being there. They just go there for the other person. But for their dreams, they will persist until you would hate them. They also persist on their dreams. They do well in the things they pursue as long as the sacrificial process doesn't get them so depressed and makes them give up completely. So this is their problem. They are inspired to do something and they do it, but then the episode of depression comes and they feel like life is useless and it doesn't matter, and they just give up on whatever projects they were doing. So it's never easy when they sacrifice things, because it's not easy when you put yourself in situations that you don't like for the other person, because you're just doing it for the other person. It does not benefit you in any way. So that's another hard thing. Then, like we always say, what you put out is what you get. This is mostly what happens to them. They put out so much emotions, and that's why they get so much emotions back. And that is the end of our episode today. So don't forget to show love in return to all the melancholies up there who are our friends. Bye.